The camera should be facing out.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good, okay.
So it can go back.
No, that's good,
because he
that's
can
good.
see.
And now I can see it. No,
Have to do this.
oh, he has to have surgery.
He does? Who's doing it?
February.
Okay, microphone.
What does he haven't done? Well, he has stenosis, but he has some.
There's no pause.
complications on a couple of his L3s.
So have to start
Side,
and
so
stop.
do some cutting, scraping, whatever. February 11th.
That's a Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
February 12th is Lincoln's birthday. What's up, Moose?
No, we said the third. No, you're right. Right?
She's doing great.
Yankees.
I just keep it Monday, yeah.
Seattle to the Marlins. Yankees.
I think they know they're.
Yep, yeah.
Really? I mean, the walker and everything. Yes.
All right, you ready, Ryan? Jock, you look weird without that big screen in front of
I
you.
don't.
Thank you.
Why isn't it? Why isn't it?
We've upgraded to 2010 technology, not 1989.
Paper, what do we got?
No, they updated the recording. We used to be on a disc, now we're digital.
We're good.
We're good? Good evening and welcome to the January 21st, 2025 meeting of the Roseland Governing Body. Adequate notice of meeting is provided in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act. At the date, time, and location of the meeting were sent to the official newspaper, posted on the borough's website, and filed in the office of the borough clerk. For those attending tonight's meeting via Zoom, the agenda and other relevant documents can be found on the borough's website, attached to the meeting, posted in the news and announcement section. During the meeting, announcement made prior to the 2 public comment periods. Anyone wishing to make a public comment via computer will be instructed to come forward and state your name and address for the record. Anyone wishing to make a public comment via computer will be instructed to use the raise your hand icon. And anyone wishing to make a public comment via telephone will be instructed to dial *9 at the appropriate time. For those in attendance in person or remotely, please provide your name and address when selected. If you're eligible for Daniel's Law, please just announce your name. Mr. Watkins, please call the roll.
Mayor Spango.
Present.
Marty.
Here.
Mr. Barat.
Here.
Mrs. Parati.
Here.
Mr. Schroeder.
Here.
Mrs. Toley.
Here.
Mr. Trillo.
Here.
First order of business is resolution 39-2025. We'll take a motion to close to executive session to discuss personnel and attorney-client privilege matters. Do we have a motion to close to executive?
So moved. Second.
Parati, Toley, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. I feel like the micro machine's
Over in my.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're gonna move a few things around on the agenda. We have our fall 5th and 6th grade soccer league champions. We're gonna move up because soccer has to leave to play basketball, as Councilman Trollo told me earlier. So we're gonna go through the awards for the championship team and move our agenda after that. So we have our 5th and 6th grade soccer team winning the championship. The head coach was Moose Trillo, Councilman Trillo, assistant coach Brian Meyer and Tamara Cesario. This is my favorite because Moose now gets to come up and handle the award since he was the head coach.
Keep it quick, because they have somewhere to be. They're busier than us, these kids these days. I know that we did the other trophy presentations for the other 3 other teams that won championships in December, so we had a delay, but we're here now. It was a great 5th and 6th grade team. Schroeder, you remember last year, a lot of these guys were on the same team, so they backed it up and won a championship again. It was a lot of the same players from last year, so it was a great effort. We took 2 losses early. The bad teams that beat us. We did a lot of, I don't want to say swearing, but there was a lot of inappropriate coach-player talk. Rallied the troops, had a great playoff run, came from behind in the first round, in overtime, beat the other Roseland team. Second game in North Caldwell, won coming from behind, and then beat Fairfield in the final. So great job. Every single kid on the team scored a goal this year, which I don't think I've ever had a soccer team that every single player scored. But we did this year, so Roseland Galaxy, great job, guys. Yep. All right, so we don't have everybody here, but we have an important 6 here. So here we go. Lucas, you're here. Lucas Crisculo, Dean Fabricatori is not here. Logan Finley, Ashton Fowler, Brady Cesario, Patrick PJ Meyer, Camden Navarro, Brendan Reynolds, Robbie Rosenberg, Harrison Savarese, David Stivelman, Michael Spallino, Adam Trillo, and Nathan Van Roo. Guys, come on up. Get your sweatshirt. They got names on the back?
Wow, I like the sweatshirt. I definitely like the sweatshirt.
Stivelman.
Yeah, more use out of them
Oh,
than
David's on.
trophies.
Gotta go down lower for the big guy over here.
Reynolds,
Reynolds is here.
Trillo,
He is here. No, we're looking for Finley and
Finley's
Severese.
here. Savarese,
And Severese.
everybody?
That's everybody.
Oh, God, is it that cold in here, guys? You got the sweatshirt on?
White shirt.
Guys, come up here for the photo.
Wait, stand up here, guys.
Picture over here, guys.
And your other coach is on here.
No.
Let me get out of, oh.
Take your look at the basketball game.
Get on my toes.
Better than North.
I have another coach talk here for that.
Good job, guys.
Congrats.
Rats. Go win basketball.
Tyler. Hi, guys, congrats.
Thank you.
Champions. Nice. Very nice.
Next on the agenda, we have a swearing in of a new police officer for the Roseland Police Department. Director Chaffee is going to bring the police department in and we will administer the oath.
Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. All the good guys. All right. All right. Hey. Yes. All right. Who rescued the?
Keep sliding, there's a lot of us.
Here go our boys in blue.
Do the resolution first.
Yes.
Before we swear in, the new police officer, we need a motion from the governing body to approve resolution 40-2025, appointing Brandon Barth as a patrol officer to the Roseland Police Department. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Parati, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Brandon? You said your sister's gonna hold the Bible? Let's, you guys go over here. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and to the governments established in the United States and in this state, under the authority of the people. And I state your name. Do further solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of police officer according to the best of my ability, and that I will not use my office to grant preferential treatment, nor to seek personal gain, favor or advantage not available to the general public. So help me God. Family want to come up for a picture? He said family and friends. He said everybody that's here. Thank you. Random. You know, he comes from another agency when he puts PO before his name. So stay here for a second. We're gonna have comments from the director also, but I say this every time we put a new police officer on, and thank the family for coming here, because the support he receives from his brothers and sisters from the police department is just as important from the support that you have to give him from home. This is not a go home at the end of your shift and you forget about work. They take things home with them, and they need that support structure in place, and their mental health is very important. And all of you being here for him and being here for him for the next, how many years are you in Jersey City?
1 year.
Next 29 years. I only have to work 25. 29 years is very important. So thank you for coming, and your support is very important to him in his success in his career. Director?
Congratulations, Brandon. I want to thank the mayor and council for their continued support for public safety. They were there for us from day one, and they continue to support us every day. Thank you very much, Mayor and Council. I'd like to welcome Brandon to our family. He brings a year of experience to Jersey City, which we know in city environment will go a long way here. Appreciate you, and welcome. Thank you. Take care.
Here. Bye.
Thanks, Joe.
Hold on. Think about this. How many? 3, 25. Well, you mean with supervisor and everything? 28.
Right.
28 is the total, but there's. Yeah, it's 27. I think we have 27 in total, but there's
Thanks, Mike.
10 and we're gonna have 7.
Nice.
We get the new
You got it?
TO.
What do you want there?
There's a
I'm
new.
gonna take them, I'll give them out to the kids. I'll find them if they're in basketball, whatever, yeah, leave them back here, I'll grab
Detective Sergeant.
them.
No, not including it. How many do we have? There?
Next on our agenda, we have our first round of public comment. Any member of the public wishing to be heard, come forward, state your name and address for the record. If you're with us via Zoom, use the raise your hand icon. If you're with us telephonically, press *9. Hearing and seeing none. Next on the agenda, we have introduction of ordinances. We have ordinance 1-2025. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance of the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing the Borough Code to amend Chapter 2 entitled Administration, Section 2-24 entitled Department of Police or Police Department.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 1-2025?
So moved. Second.
Marty, Barat, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none.
Ordinance number 1, 2025 will be posted on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing will be published in the progress. The public hearing will be held on Tuesday, February 11th, 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is ordinance 2-2025. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending chapter 17 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland entitled Water and Sewer, correct the formula for determining the leak rate and to amend various fees.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 2-2025?
So moved.
Second. Second.
Trillo, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none.
Ordinance number 2-2025 will be posted on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing will be published in the progress, and the public hearing will be held on Tuesday, February 11th, 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is resolution 41-2025 to approve the January 17th bill list. Everyone received the bill list for review, questions, concerns, and or recusals. If we have none, we'll take a motion to approve the bill list.
So moved. Second.
Tolly Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Next, we have resolutions 1-15 by agenda item, by resolution number 42-2025 through 56-2025. I'd like to move them in their entirety unless anyone has any questions, concerns, or recusals.
Just have a question about number 10, resolution 51, the design the water tank. This is the temporary water tank so we can paint the water tank,
Well, it's
the
not.
main water tank?
It's gonna be into a real one.
Okay, so this is actually be the real.
It's gonna be another, an additional
Like the
tank.
secondary.
This is
Correct.
the second
Okay,
tank.
so the plan changed, all right. good.
Yeah,
That's not the one that was still there.
So after we.
we're
do the
gonna
des-
have the one that's there and.
This
there's
is
gonna
just
be
for the
second.
design, then they're gonna come up with a quote.
Ready it's in with the DEP now for approval to bid. This was just their Boswell's original proposal. They went over the cost because of all the.
Oh,
So this is
okay.
just to be able to.
I got
pay,
Right.
But that bid should be
got
going
it.
out.
This is the redundancy, the second. time.
Yeah,
Within the next.
No, it's important to have for the water pressure.
it is.
To try to.
And then, right, and then when you paint it, there's certain restrictions and then we had no way to paint it and
Yeah, okay.
it was,
good. Yeah, this has to. come.
It'll ensure less interruptions of service. by having a
Correct.
second. Anyone else, questions, concerns, recusals for the 15 resolutions? If we don't have any, we'll take a motion. So moved.
Second.
Schroeder, Trillo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next, we have the consent agenda, which is, from the consent agenda, I would like to thank Joe Rowley for his many years of service to the planning board. I don't know if this is a good thing. It probably is a good thing that his career is just so busy that he's unable to continue to serve, but he spent a long time there and he was a valued voice on the planning board. I want to thank him for his service. Anyone else have questions or concerns or recusals from the consent agenda? There are none, we'll take a motion.
So moved. Second.
Borough, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, I'll reserve my comments for after the committee reports. Committee Finance Administration, Councilman Barty.
Thank you, Mayor. The only announcement that I have is we have our first budget meeting this Thursday in this room at 6 p.m., 19 Harrison Ave.
Pizza be served. Pizza, no.
What?
I said, will pizza be served?
No,
I need cheese.
It's not in the budget.
yeah. Tell you after you have the budget meeting.
All right.
All right, so, yep, 6 p.m. here. That's all we have. All I have. Thank you.
Recreation, Councilman Trillo.
So basketball season is going well. I believe I'm free to talk about this now, but I'm going to anyway. There's been a little change in baseball that's been looming for years, you know, Jimmy. We've been working on bringing Little League to Roseland. And after several years of what seems like, you know, negotiations and working out some of the kinks, it looks like West Essex will have a separate Little League with the Caldwell Little League group. And we'll have two separate divisions where West Essex will have their all-star team, similar to we had before, and Caldwell will have theirs, but we'll be playing against each other, and it'll be a more, you know, the 6 towns will be together on it. Everything's preliminary. The flyer didn't go out yet, but unless something happens in the next week or so, it looks like we're set to go. So baseball won't change, except for that we'll be playing under the Little League
That-
banner, which we've been waiting for.
Is that Roseland only, or
decade.
is that Roseland only, or is it all West Essex?
No, the people that have been working on this are all of the West Essex, North Caldwell, Fairfield, us and Essex Fells. A lot of volunteer parents, and people who are, doing.
It's important because they're gonna play together in high school, so the sooner they get together, the better.
Right. So, exciting. I'm sure more news to come with that, but if you see a flyer to sign up for rec baseball, or Little League baseball, don't be like, oh, is this the old Little League baseball from Caldwell? It's the Roseland one. No, it's one Little League baseball, and it's gonna cover West Essex and Caldwell.
Great.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Schroeder,
I have no update.
thank you. Public Works, Councilman Braun.
Yes. So I've received inquiries from about a dozen residents regarding our safe walking and bicycle committee that I'm looking to start up. Inquiries for people to join the committee as well as various issues around the town. Compiling a list, I'm going to bring it to our committee meeting, which will be happening in a couple weeks, and then hopefully reach out to the residents that are interested in having meetings, monthly meetings, to kind of go over issues that they seem that they feel are important in town regarding safety on our roadways and our sidewalks and our streets. We received a update from the county regarding Eagle Rock Avenue. Mayor Spango sent an email, sent a letter to the county back in November regarding the intersection of Eagle Rock Avenue and Old Eagle Rock Avenue, and how we witnessed an uptick in crashes there in the past 3 years. And they responded, which I want to discuss with the committee as well, going over whether a traffic signal is warranted there and whether we want to pursue a cost share agreement with the county, which is basically what they do for all municipalities that are looking to do something like this. So traffic study would have to be done and traffic signal warrant analysis would be done, but they gave us a couple of options, which we will review with our borough engineer for some low cost measures or mitigation measures that we can do before we would implement a traffic signal.
So we'd have to pay for a study before, really?
So I don't know if that's kind of the questions that I want to bring back to the county and ask. I think they would hire a consultant or they would do it, and then we would have to split the costs of the design as well as construction with them.
Okay,
Let me know before.
okay, but they would do the study though.
Before you have that ask, the
Yeah.
county has been very gracious with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In absorbing other studies
Agreed.
for us,
Yeah.
so if we can get them to pay for it, that would be great. Just
Trust
let me
study.
know so I can
Absolutely.
ask.
Study would be good.
A question, is part of the old Eagle Rock belong to Essex Fells by any chance? If they could come in on part of the
So
cost or?
it's possible. I mean, and they actually did say, they came up with 2 possible alternatives to reduce crashes there before we put a signal. One of them was to do one way
One.
going away from
Eagle Rock.
Eagle Rock, so one way going toward Essex Fells, as well as putting in speed tables there, as mitigation measures. That's a sore subject. So those are the two studies that they came up with. But I'm looking at focusing my efforts on Eagle Rock Avenue in particular. I'd like to get the speed limit reduced on Eagle Rock Avenue. I think there's a lot of people that speed on Eagle Rock Avenue, period.
Harrison.
Exactly. And even in the center of town, we have 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, and that should probably be 25. When you look at Verona and other towns on Bloomfield Avenue, they have lower speed limits. So we'll get there. I'm confident that we'll get there, but I think these are things that we need to look at in the coming months.
So, can I just, I misunderstood something. So would the county pick up the cost for the traffic study because it's a county
I
road?
believe it'd be 50-50 cost share.
So we have to, what we're gonna ask.
We'll see.
Okay.
We're gonna politely ask.
As far as the DPW report, I got this report from Chris Critchett. Leaf collection completed in December throughout the borough. We had about 3,000 cubic yards of leaves that were picked up. Street sweeping was done as well with our interlocal agreement with Verona. And the department cleaned up our catch basins as we are required to do for DEP permits. In January, they started their quarterly meter readings, which is still in progress. And branch collection was the first Monday of the month for all borough streets, as well as Christmas tree collection within the condominiums. And that is all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Parati?
Thank you. First off, I want to say that our last punch ticket item for the move to West Caldwell with the dispatch, sorry, with dispatch has been complete. So now everything is completely now over on that side. So the last punch ticket was done. Thanks to OEM coordinator John Mathias. We're all done and now it's smooth sailing from there. As far as the fire department, this is really good news. There are now 36 volunteers, which it's up 4 volunteers from what it was. Happy to see that. We're pretty busy in the month of December with their ride around and their, I've lost my train of thought.
Drills.
No, their ride around and their event that they won second place for. So the Little Falls tournament. So that was that. And then for OEM, I think we're pretty good there. And that's pretty much all I have. I think we're good there. So that's about it.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Tully.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, the committees that are under me, will be starting with, some meetings probably next month. I was looking over some of my committees and also some other committees from some other liaisons. And I spoke to Jock, and looking at the website, a lot of these committees need to be updated as far as members go, okay? There was a form, there are residents, well, none are here, but I'm sure you're watching on TV. There was a form on the borough website, okay? If residents are interested in joining a commission, a board, or a committee, they could send this form in. It's the senior citizen, the citizen leadership form, and it gets sent in to the clerk, and they're little, it's like a little resume, and that's sent into the clerk, and the mayor reviews it, and then the mayor and the council decide if that person is qualified to be on that committee. From what I understand, as was done in the past, these forms are held on file because you never know when someone is leaving. And in going over a lot of these different committees, there are people that have moved out of town. There are people that unfortunately have passed away. There are people who no longer show up to the meetings. They really need to update it. So I'm asking some of the council members to please look over your liaison committees, boards, or commissions that you have. Reach out to the chairperson if there is one, and just see if these people are still on it. There are some vacancies. I already noted some, Jock already noted some, and I believe when it's all settled, maybe in a month or so, Brian will have the website updated. For instance, just on beautification, we have 2 openings because I can no longer be on the beautification committee. The senior transportation committee actually only has 2 members. As of 2019, that statute or ordinance was changed by the state, and we already have the existing 2 members on. So that last person that was put on by the mayor shouldn't really be there. Each town has 2 council people, and 1 council person and 2 members from each town, Roseland, West Caldwell, and Caldwell. The affordable housing I think is looking for possibility of 3 openings. So there are some vacancies on a lot of our commissions, boards, and committees. So if you're interested, go on our website, look at this form. Jock will be able to tell you pretty much to date if there is an opening. And once again, the forms are kept on file, and just keep, if you're still interested each year, keep checking with the clerk, and they'll keep your application on file if you're interested in joining. And that's all I have right now.
Thank you. And we say it all the time, the borough is only as good as the volunteers. And we rely heavily on the chairs of those committees to let us know if someone isn't coming to a meeting or no longer wants to serve. We do with the planning board. So we'd also ask the chairs, in addition to liaisons, to let us know if someone no longer wishes to serve. They've moved away. We, believe it or not, I've spoken to Jock about this a few times. We still have to get a letter of resignation from them if they want to leave the committee. And if unfortunately they're no longer with us, we need to appoint other people, but we heavily rely upon the chairs to let us know when there's vacancies on there and people aren't serving. But it's a very good point. Thank you. Anything else from any other council members? Next, we have the approval of minutes. We're going to have to separate them out. The January 7th, 2025 reorganization meeting minutes with Councilman Schroeder and Councilman Tully recusing themselves. Everyone else in the council received those minutes and reviewed them for any questions or concerns and or recusals. If there are none, we'll take a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Brant, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next, we have the January 7th caucus meeting and executive session meeting minutes with all members of the governing body eligible to vote. If everyone has received those minutes, if there are no questions, concerns, or recusals, we'll take a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second. Parati, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing seeing none. Next, we have our second round of public comment. Any member of the public wishing to be heard, come forward and state your name and address for the record. If you're with us via Zoom, use the raise your hand icon, and if you're with us telephonically, press *9. Hearing and seeing none. I don't have any comments. I just mentioned the volunteers. I said I reserved them to the end. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tedesco.
Bill? No, Bill?
If there's nothing else for the governing body, we'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Schroeder, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Thank you, everyone. Stay warm.
Yeah, it's a little.
That's why I look like.